Hi guys, it's Alexa here from Kelowna Now, and I'm getting to sit down with the owner of Beach Bum Tours. And
which camera am I supposed to look at? Oh, that one. Okay.
We are live.
They should mention that to me.
I am close to this company because I've actually gone on a few tours. So I want to kind of talk about it as if I haven't been on a tour so that other people can learn about Beach Bum. Can we start? What a great name. Okay. Why did you come up with Beach Bum? Not bums, bum.
Well, actually, Beach Bum Tours, the name kind of came from basically when I started, or when the idea of Beach Bum came to me. I knew that I wanted a name that was all-encompassing about kind of who I am and the lifestyle I've always loved and lived. And even though I do love wine, and I knew I wanted to own a wine tour company, I kind of didn't want the word wine in it.
Yeah.
So honestly, I was out touring with some friends as a hobby, and and I was talking about how I want to start my own business. And the funny thing is, that morning I went wake surfing with some friends, and then I had a little Volkswagen Golf, and I had my sup board on top, and I went and picked up my girlfriends, and I was still soaking wet and just threw my t-shirt and my shorts on, didn't care, and they were laughing because I was going to all the wineries like that. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't give it. Almost said something. Beep. Yeah, gave a beep about what I look like. Yeah. I'm a beach bum. I don't care. Yeah. So that day we were driving around, and we were talking about starting our own businesses, and I literally was like, I don't know what kind of business I want to start. I don't know if I should start a yoga studio. I want to do all these things, as I was like introducing all these wineries and driving from winery to winery with them. And then my girlfriend was just like, you should start a wine tour company. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. And I'm going to call it Beach Bum Tours. And it was just like that. And it just like that came to me. And then I went home and I told my husband, Amos, I'm going to start a wine tour company, and I'm going to call it Beach Bum Tours. And then all my friends were like, no, you can't call it that. Yeah. You need something with the word wine. Yeah. Like all the other companies have the word wine in it. Yeah. And I was like, well, I need to be different than everybody, because I know the way I'm going to create my company is going to be completely different. And so I stuck to my guns and called it Beach Bum Tours, and came up with the idea of the vans, and I really wanted to create a very unique personal experience that was just really based on fun and relaxed and not having to wear high heels or a bra. Yeah. So and get out there and have some fun and drink some good wine.
So you're the original beach bum.
I am the OG. I call myself the Chief Beach Bum. That is my actual legal title when I incorporated. Yeah. It's like, they're like, do you want to be a CEO or a director? And I was like, no, Chief Beach Bum.
Chief Beach Bum. I love that.
I read a book that said that you could literally call yourself anything on your own company. So I did.
I love that.
So I am actually the Chief Beach Bum.
Well, I think that's kind of what makes you guys stand out a bit too, is I think when people look at wine tours, or back in the day, you think, like, I have to be dressed so proper, like kind of like how maybe guys are on golf courses, like you have to sip the wine a certain way, but you're like, no, like, come have an adventure with me.
Have some fun.
Like, you can have your hair going off the beach and off the wakeboards and into some wine tours or beer tours. So
we do all of that. Say hashtag all booze matters.
Yeah. I like that.
I say that all the time.
It's not just the wine.
No, it's all of it. We don't discriminate.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, I know that, most people are like, oh, you do wine tours, but I know that you guys offer so much more than, so can you talk about some of the other adventure tours that you're super excited?
So we kind of have like these boozy adventure tours that I call. So we do like wake surfing and paddleboarding, zip lining, e-biking. We used to have a pontoon boat. We're in the process of transitioning that over to a wake surf boat, actually. So if you visit our website, just be patient. And then I added thrift shopping. So it's it's called the Thirsty Thrifters. It's my favorite.
Because we have so many good thrift stores here.
I know. I basically have taken every one of my hobbies and turned it into a way that I can be paid to do those things. Yeah. So that's what I do. And then we add booze. And so, we are the original adventure tour, like the Adventure Wine or Boozy Adventure Tour company. There are a lot of copycats out there now. They've really tried to
they liked
verbatim right off my website.
They
which
liked
is kind of
the
funny.
beach bum look.
They did, and they've tried hard, but I am the OG.
Yeah.
So it was like I knew that I wanted to diversify the things that we were doing, and basically take all my hobbies and turn it into a way I could do them every day. And the wine touring is definitely the most popular out of all of them, but the adventure portions are definitely something we are still doing quite strongly. It depends on the weather and what's going out. Like we've already done a bunch of the Thirsty Thrifter tours. The boating is coming up. I know that the e-biking, like when we decided to do the e-biking tour, the one thing that I decided to do a little differently, and I know there was a lot of other companies out there that are doing self-guided tours, and the reality is if you drink and ride an e-bike, it's not only illegal, it's very dangerous, and trust me, I know, because I'm on I just had knee surgery because I tested that theory personally and fell off of an e-bike at 20 kilometers an hour and had surgery 2 weeks ago because of that. So you shouldn't do that. So when we decided to do the e-bike tour, we do the e-biking first. We partner up with like Pedigo in Lake Country, and we'll go like around Wood Lake or go up and down the rail trail. It's a guided tour, and then we go out for lunch, and then we take everybody wine touring after. So we wanted to kind of incorporate a lot of the very fun things that we do in the Okanagan, and then add booze, I guess, to them, like everybody does. So that's kind of where the adventure portions came from. And then the thrifting one was just because people started asking me about thrift stores.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, they were just asking because I thrift everything I wear. I remember. Well,
actually, the Okanagan has really good thrift stores.
I know they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to all of them. And I'll take large groups of slightly, intoxicated women to these stores, and they shop. So it's great. So in turn, then we actually end up bringing other people to a lot of other businesses. So it's a community effort. So
supporting local
we support
wineries.
We support local wineries,
Adventure,
breweries, distilleries, stores,
so you have lots
companies.
of good partnerships, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't even know about the thrifting. That's actually a really good one because wine, thrifting.
I know. And then lunch, we usually stop at a nice lunch place. And then you just keep on shopping and drinking all day long. It's like awesome.
But this is what's amazing about booking with you guys. Like you connect with you, book online, and it's just like, you obviously talk out some details of what you might not exactly know what your adventure you want. But it sounds like you can even, not most wine tours are like kids, you're not really bringing the kids. You can, but you don't.
Yeah, we bring kids. We're pretty kid friendly actually. Yeah. So funny enough, most of my drivers, like 99% of them, basically I have 2 male drivers are all women. Yeah. And they're all mothers. So it's like, we can handle children too.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
But these adventures and stuff, you can do, the kids can come along and then you end your day, but then your safe ride home.
Yep.
So
we babysit everybody.
Yes.
So
you are the
toddler to 90. I don't know. We do it all. So
you're actually an adult babysitter.
We are. That's what we call ourselves. Yeah.
But you're also just trying to bring
adult daycare.
The kids out and like I said, thrifting. Who would have thought that would be a tour?
It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
How do you not spend all your money there?
I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm advertising. I do. I spend all my money at all the wineries, all the stores, all the time. Yeah. Actually, Amos gives me heck for it all the time because I come home with stuff. I actually think there was one tour where I bought a full-on chair, and then I had to
bring it in the.
I had to put it in the vehicle, and I was like getting all the women to put it in the back of my van. I'm like, I bought a chair. Got home from work with a chair. Yeah. So I've bought quite a bit of things.
So I mean, I've personally got to experience one of your tours, but for someone out there, a local, I think people don't realize local. You think, you're not your tourist in your own town. You go travel to Vancouver and you do tourist things. But I think when you actually live in Kelowna, sometimes you don't actually go try stuff out. Or people are like, oh, have you gone to that restaurant? And you're like, no.
No.
It's because we just
don't think about it. You're too busy.
You're too busy. But people aren't traveling as much. Why not
Be a tourist in your own town.
In your own town. And it's so much fun, like birthdays, anniversaries.
Yeah, we do quite a bit of that.
We don't have to do just bachelorette. It doesn't have to be a reason to do like
just any reason. Yeah. There's any
reason.
Weekend,
a sunny weekend.
I know.
A rainy weekend.
It doesn't matter. The nice thing is we do have a pretty strong local following. We are actually doing some local discounts now. So if you do go to our website, message us, and we will give you guys local discounts.
Love that.
And for the month of May, we're doing $20 off per person for any weekday tours. So that's actually going to be for the month of May. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're trying to get more people out during the week.
Yeah. Industry people. That's when you should be going out.
We do industry discounts. We've actually toured a ton of industry people. So we're really, really lucky. Yeah. We tour a lot of the staff of different wineries and breweries. So
and restaurants.
Restaurants. We do a lot of restaurants and a lot of like salons and stuff like that, taking all the hairdressers out. I really like doing that. A lot of nurses and teachers. Yeah. That's our jam.
Let loose.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to let loose for the day. And have me take care of you.
Yeah.
Or one of my drivers.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. So super easy to book.
Yeah.
You're offering locals a nice deal.
Yeah.
For tourists that might watch this, why Beach Bum?
Because we're the best. According to Kelowna now.
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing is the fact that my thing is to make sure that every tour, even if you book through the website and you just go and you literally pick whatever you see, I'm still calling you. I'm still creating that day specifically for the guests. All of our tours are private. So I do spend a lot of time on the phone. I call everybody and make sure that, ask them what kind of wines they like, if they want to do an extra stop somewhere. So every tour is completely customized to the groups. So that's something that I really, really pride myself on, is that added extra. It's not even just customer service. It's just the personalized touch. Yeah. And that's what I want to do, and make sure that I've already gotten to know who is ever booking before they even step foot in the van.
Yeah.
So I know about the reason they're there,
who they're
coming with, all their relationships. I'll talk to you for like half an hour, 45 minutes. I get stuck on the phone with everybody, and it's my own fault because I'm talking to them. I'm at home pacing around my living room, talking to everybody that's booked with me, and then I get to know them completely. So and then I book and create the experience specifically for them. So
that's amazing, because I do find some of these companies, or if you travel other places and you book and you're like, I don't really want, like you say your 4 stops and you're like, I don't really want to go to that one, or I've gone to that one. Is there something I can switch out, or can we do both? Or
one of the things I've done, because we have a lot of repeat clients, are repeat guests that come back, I actually keep track of everywhere you've gone. So that way
How do you stay organized with that?
I have a full-time assistant that helps me.
Her
name's Odessa. She is amazing, because I am not an organized person.
Holy.
So we also have an incredible booking system that I can go in and take a look at like all the places that we've gone.
Details,
it keeps track of all the details. But then like if I find out, like if you've come and you've done the West Side Wine Trail, 3 times, I'm like, I'm not taking you there anymore. Like, let's go somewhere else.
Let's spice it up.
Yeah, let's do something different. And so I really like to make sure that when people do come back, it's never the same. The tour is never, the consistency is in the service and in the details and in the experience, but the actual experience isn't going to be the same every time.
Yeah. Which in the Okanagan, there's lots to do.
There's
lots of
places.
Beer breweries, there's lots of wineries, there's lots of adventures. So you really can have a different experience, probably like 100 and sometimes, if not more.
At least 18. That's what I counted. So I think that's my record, is 18.
Wow.
So somebody's toured with us like 18 times. So I'm running out of idea. I don't know. We're just going to circle back to the first one and do that one again.
Yeah.
So
by the time it happens, so much has changed.
Exactly.
Different wine or different types of wines have come in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm really excited. The thrifting thing is, I'm just like, we're doing tours thrifting now.
I know. So far, nobody's copied me. So I'm really stoked about that.
I think that's one we really have to highlight.
Yes. Thirsty Thrifters. It's just called the Thirsty Thrifters. You get to drink wine and go to different thrift shops and consignment stores and vintage shops and
so much fun.
And it's not even just clothes. Like we'll do like furniture places. It depends on what you're looking for. Hence why I bought a chair.
Yeah.
So because I'm like, we're going to Lois Lane. Yeah. So I need a chair for the guest room. So we're going there. No. So and so I really that was my favorite one so far. So far, I am the only one that's doing it. Okay. I know that somebody will eventually copy that one too. So,
well, I can't wait to go thrifting.
I know, it's a lot of fun.
Christina, do you want to touch on anything that I might have missed, or is there anything else that you guys are doing this summer that is exciting? Like I said, the thrifting thing's so cool. I got stuck up on that. Is there anything else?
Well, no, we haven't done. The only big change we did was actually we unfortunately had to give up our pontoon boat, which my husband was the captain. We were doing it. We were one of the original companies. Yeah. Now everybody's got a pontoon boat, and everybody copied us. Yeah. And our boat was a little old, and we had some fire damage from the fires last year. Yeah. So we decided to give that up and retire that. And then we're actually going to be, hopefully in the next week or so, we just met with a really good girlfriend of mine who has a wake surf school, and it's called OK Swell. So we're going to be partnering up with her. So we're going to have a wake surf boat that we're going to be using. We're just hammering out the rest of the details to get it up on the website and start actually promoting it. So
start booking.
And then booking that. So it's going to be a little bit different than the pontoon boat. You still be able to party and have fun and dance, and you don't have to wake surf. But it'll just be a really nice new wake surf boat, as opposed to a 25-year-old pontoon boat that broke down 3 times in the middle of the lake last year and then caught on fire. So,
But that's good for people that, are visiting, or even a local who you're like, I don't have a boat, I can't afford a boat, but I want to go on the water and have a good time. Yeah.
And what's really nice is that, so my husband Amos is a commercial captain, which if you ever are renting a boat out in the Okanagan, make sure they are commercial captains. A lot of people don't have their right licensing or insurance. They just put their boat out there. Yeah. But so Amos is a commercial captain. He's also vice president of search and rescue.
Wow. So feeling safe.
Yeah, you're pretty safe. 6'5" mountain man. He can pull anybody out of the water, and he has. Yeah. So you can't be any safer than with Amos. So don't worry. I don't captain the boat at all. Because I'm not allowed. Because it's a hard no. I'll stick to the vans.
And are you still driving quite a bit?
Yeah, I am. I love it. I want to be in the van as much as I can. Yeah. That's the whole point. Yeah, I love. That's where you started. Being the original van. Beach bum. Yeah, I love being in the van. So now we have a different schedule for me versus everybody else, because I do get a lot of requests, and I can't. I used to tour 7 days a week, but I would burn out. Sometimes I would do like 15 days a row. So I don't do that anymore. Like we've been running for 7 years. Yeah. So now I do about 4 or 5 tours a week, and that's as much as I can do now. Yeah.
So are these tours, they range from like 4 hours to like a whole day kind of thing?
Yeah. So we basically, I guess the cookie cutter would be like the afternoon tour or a full day tour. But even that, because all the tours are private, they can range from time, like whatever would work for whatever group. So start times would be a little different. If you wanted to do it just like from 11 to 3, you can do that. Like there's like the half day tour or the afternoon tour, and then the full day tour. Yeah. So, and anything in between.
You're so good at customizing and allowing flexibility, which I would say it's a lot of work. Yeah. It is. But that's a lot of fun. That's your niche, right? Yeah. That's why people keep coming back, is because you're willing to adapt and not have just
I'm a very high people pleaser.
Yeah.
Thank my parents. So that's why. So it's really weirdly very natural that I just want to make everybody happy and create the day for them. And I know that the day has been successful when I hear somebody just be like, this was the best day ever. Yeah. I hear it. The minute I hear that, I'm like, my job is done.
Yeah. So, good night.
Yes. We're done now. Yeah.
Well, it's actually not that expensive. Like, I think sometimes people get stuck on like, oh, it's so expensive. But it's really not when you think you sit at a restaurant, you have a few cocktails, you have food. Like, you're getting a safe driver, you're getting toured around.
All the tasting fees are paid.
Yeah. It's actually really reasonable when you think about it.
The only thing we don't cover is the cost of food.
Yeah.
That's it. And gratuities for our drivers. I don't believe in autograt.
Yeah.
So if you've had a great time, tip the driver. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that I know a lot of companies do auto gratuity. That's the only one I don't.
But that's in the drivers you've hired because you know
amazing.
they're going to be.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
I have great drivers. Like they're all people I've known throughout my life who specifically went and got their like proper licensing to drive for me, and they've all been friends throughout the years. And so beach bum employee parties are pretty fun because they're just my friends.
Yeah, nice. You've hired your friends.
I know. I literally can't fire anybody. Yeah. So it's like,
are you looking for drivers, or currently you're okay?
Right now, like the only time I would ever be looking for a driver is basically for the weekends. So I am, and I'm actually extremely particular about somebody who would be driving for us. So it's
that high standard.
that's probably the only high standard I have in my life. Yeah. So is a really good driver that fits
your brand,
my brand,
fun,
and just
reliable,
like reliability and being able to handle like the guests in a not only a professional manner but also in a very compassionate and loving and empathetic way, and being able to be super flexible and also high people pleasers, because that just is kind of what I like. Yeah. You know, I want everybody to be like, do whatever you can to make them happy, but also at the same time keeping the groups under control. So we're pretty lucky that way. We have a lot of respect with our groups. So even if there is that fine line, right? Like the wild fun, but you don't want to go completely over. Yeah. Sometimes it kind of happens and you have to kind of dial it back in. But also I think having the drivers or the guides that are able to, you know, play that I guess that one side to the other, you know, it's basically being a mama bear and being able to control the groups in a loving kind of way. So,
I can imagine.
Which we're pretty good at. So,
well, thank you for coming in and sharing.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Like
awesome. I said, I'm so excited to do another tour. And like I said, you
I've
don't
got a
have
great
to
list.
have, it's like when people are like, oh, what are you drinking bubbles for? You don't have to have a reason to go spend some fun times with friends or change it up or go experience your backyard.
Yeah. Well, also just one thing you just made me think of something, because one of the trends that we have noticed is that we've also had a lot of like people who are not partaking they're living a sober, curious life. Yeah. So now what we're doing is we're actually adding like non-alcoholic wines and drinks for our NA guests as well. So that's another thing that we've been doing, and I've been really playing with and experimenting so that they don't feel like they're left out. Because we've always said, you know, if you're pregnant or for whatever reason you've decided not to be drinking that day, there a lot of the wineries don't have a lot of the you know, they might not be able to accommodate them. So now we're accommodating them. So I've been experimenting with a lot of like non-alcoholic things to make sure that
they have a good experience.
That they have a good experience too. So that's
thinking of everyone.
I try.
Okay, well, thank you for tuning in to Kelowna Now.
Yeah, thanks.